That is the most remarkable thing I ever heard of.
What I mean is...
I know what you mean. You mean right here in the corner of your eye, you suddenly catch something. A shiver runs through you. You whirl around, stand there facing you don't know what. But not Ludie, not who you want. And for a minute, you feel like you've been dropped down a well.
Yes, that's it.
It's mighty remarkable. It's a thing been happening to me all my life. Yet just now, it's the first time I ever heard it put into words. Yes, that's the way it is when you're in love.
Yet, I always maintained I never believed in love.
I never believed in love.
I have something to tell you, and it's to be a warning. You hear me, Frankie? You hear me, John Henry?
Yes, I hear you, Bernice.
I'm here to tell you I was happy. No human woman in all the world was happier than I was in them days. And that includes everybody.
For 5 years you were married to Ludie.
From that autumn morning when I first met him on the road in front of Campbell's filling station, up until the very night he died. November, the year 1940.
The very year and the very month I was born.
It was Thursday. Thursday long towards 6 o'clock, around this time of day, only November. I remember I went to the passage and opened the front door. Dark was coming on. An old hound was howling far away. And I go back in the room, lay down on Ludie's bed. And I lay myself over Ludie, with my arms spread out, and my face on his face. And I prayed and asked the Lord to contage my strength to him. I even asked the Lord to let it be anybody. But please don't let it be Ludie. I laid there. I prayed. Oh, how I've prayed. Prayed for a long time until night. Yet that night he died. I tell you, he died. Ludie Freeman. Ludie Maxwell Freeman died.
Seems to me I feel sadder about Ludie than any other dead person, although I never knew him. I know I ought to cry sometimes about my mother, but it looks like I can't. But Ludie, maybe it was because I was born so soon after Ludie died. But you were starting out to tell some kind of a warning.
Don't you see what I was doing? I loved Ludie. He was the first man I ever loved. Therefore, I had to go and copy myself forever after. And what I did was to marry off just little pieces of Ludie wherever I run across them. And it was my misfortune. They all turned out to be the wrong pieces. But my intentions was to repeat me and Ludie. Now, don't you see?
I see what you're driving at, but I don't see how it is a warning applied to me.
You don't? And I'll tell you. You end that wedding tomorrow. That's what I'm warning you about. I see what you have in mind. Don't think I don't. You think you're going to march up to the preacher right in between your brother and the bride. You think you're going to break into that wedding. And heaven only knows what else.
No. I don't see myself walking to the preacher with them.
I see through them eyes. Don't argue with me. And what I'm warning you is this. If you fall in love with some unheard of thing like this, what is ever going to happen to you? Will you be trying to break into weddings the rest of your days?
It makes me sick to listen to people who don't have any sense. You just like to talk about Ludie, that's all. It's got nothing to do with me.
You're setting yourself this fancy trap to catch yourself in trouble, and you know it.
It will take me, you wait and see.
Oh, I'm only trying to reason seriously, but I see it's no use.
You're just jealous. You're just trying to deprive me of all the pleasure of leaving town.